Hola Leos, welcome to your mid-month tune-up for December 2019. Keep in mind this is a general reading. Sorry on the lateness, thank you for your patience. I have a lot of stuff going on. 'Tis that time of year. So let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Leos for the middle of December 2019? What do you see? What do they need to know to reach their higher ground, become closer to the universe and closer to divine? Any messages you have for Leo for their greater good for the middle of December will be greatly appreciated. Okay, what do you see? What does Leo need to know for the middle of December? General energies, please. Pull that top card because those are too many. Usually when it flips that much, I flip the top one and I flip it horizontally because everyone was always asking about why I flip vertically. You have the Fool card in the upright. Also, put up your 2020 Sun Moon readings. Yes, I am doing them by request, slowly but surely. Also, check out your 2019 Sun Moon readings in my playlist while you're waiting for your 2020 to be completed. Challenge position, we have the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. Alrighty, ask me a question on Instinco. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Insta. If you could. Alrighty, advice position, we have the Four of Swords in the reversed. And if this resonates, of course, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email. We can go ahead and set that up. My email is below along with my rates and my info. Okay, as you exit out of the middle of December and move forward from that or this reading, we have the Three of Pentacles in reversed. Things start off really well for you all. Also like, share, subscribe, donate in the link below if you could. So we have the Fool card. Yay, new journey happening in the middle of December. Calculated risk often comes with a Fool, but you're feeling free and you're ready to take that risk. She's getting ready to jump off of this pedestal. She doesn't care what her dog thinks. Throwing her hands up in the air. I am free. So, I mean, you all feel very light. The interrupt, guys, it happens. So you're feeling very light in your feet. You're ready to take that step, and like I said, there's some risk involved, but you're willing to take the risk to find out what's going on, what's awaiting you. Yeah, and there was something else, but I can't recall, so I'm just going to keep it going. And plus I'll be pulling clarifiers. So now we have the Eight of Pentacles here. That's in the challenge position. And what I'm getting here is try as you may along this journey. So it started off with the best of intentions, but I think the challenge is try as you may. It's not quite what you thought it was going to be. Either the risk is, there's more risk than you thought. I think it's more obstacles and challenges are along the way. It's sort of like that saying, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I mean, you're trying, but and you're working, you're trying to work towards it, but you're not seeing any progress, you're not seeing any success, you're not kind of seeing anything happening. It can be because back here you had a set thing in mind on how you intended things to go. You know, I often say that when you set up outcomes or you set up expectations, that's when things start to unravel, okay? Because it limits your thinking, it makes you less adaptable to ebb and flow as things happen. So, I mean, if you wanted things to be perfect, or you wanted things a certain way, or you had an expectation, this is what could be holding you back from things happening. This is what could be challenging you. And advice, I see the Four of Swords in reverse. So this is kind of going along with this theme. I mean, don't you see that you're spinning your wheels? Don't you see that you're getting burnt out? Are things really changing? The more energies you kind of put into it, is anything coming out of it? Or are you just kind of getting frustrated and tired? And, you know, that's often with the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords beckons for you to kind of like take yourself out of it and start thinking about, I often say, you know, work smarter instead of harder. Four of Swords can be just avoiding thinking about that, or avoiding contemplation, and just going at it the same way that you've always been going at it, being like, well, it worked before, it's going to work this way. If I do it again, no, that's not true. And I use the analogy of, you know, you have a nail in the wall and you hit the hammer on the nail, the same angle, the same way, and then you say, well, it's not going in. Well, maybe if I apply more pressure, and then it's still not going in, and then the damn nail bends, when all you had to do was really take out the nail and put it someplace else in the wall, right? But sometimes we just because we get tunnel vision, or we have things a certain way. And it's a fine line too between being ambitious and having a goal and doing whatever it takes to reach it, and realizing that you're just hammering away at a nail instead of kind of approaching things from a different angle. So that's what I feel like. I mean, it's not really working for you, is it? As I look at the advice here, they want you to acknowledge that. They want you to accept that and say, hey, it's not working out. So now what are we going to do? And I see it even as you move on from this reading. And it might just mean that you need to have that acceptance where you kind of like step back and take a look. Because the Three of Pentacles can be about just having a poor plan in regards to a project. And as a result, all the work that you're doing that's leading up to it is very tedious. And, you aren't getting anything out of it. So I really see a lot of acceptance as you move on from this, realizing, okay, I started this off great with all the hopes in the world and the expectations and this and that, but I went about it the wrong way. And I feel like, and it's all about learning from mistakes and kind of realizing, having that acceptance will just open up a whole new world for you. So why is the Fool card here? Who is this person? Was this energy in the middle of December for Leos? Who is this person with this energy? Additional messages, please, Leos, for the middle of December. Why do we have the Fool card, the Empress card in reverse, the King of Swords, and the Upright, and the Queen of Cups? So what I'm kind of getting is previously things weren't growing, things weren't happening. The Empress card is about abundance and all that good stuff. When it's a reverse, it's kind of that not happening. There's a lack of growth. There's, whatever you have or whatever you consider your home just isn't jiving at the time. So you might have talked to somebody, could have been an advisor, somebody who's really wise, somebody who can kind of step outside of the box, look at your situation and be like, okay, look, this is what you have to do. I'm looking at this logically, and it's usually someone that's very wise, somebody that's very honest. And so someone could have given you advisement, or you could have had this yourself, and you could have kind of seen everything could have opened up, and you had that clarity. You took your emotions out of it, and you decided, okay, this is what I have to do. This is my truth. And I need to move forward. I need to take the initiative to do this. We have the Queen of Cups here, which leads me to believe that this is, it's like follow your heart. You had a conversation with your heart, even though you took your emotions out of it here, but I don't think this is that. I think it's more like a heart-to-heart conversation about what is going to fill your cup, what emotionally fulfills you, what is that thing that you want to do, whether it's helping people reach their higher ground or some kind of work that's meaningful to you, being supportive to people, whatever it is. I think you had a heart-to-heart talk with this Queen of Cups, and you figured out what you wanted to do and where your place was in that regard. But I get worried because I feel like you had an outcome or expectations going into it. Because here you take the leap of faith. Why is this Eight of Pentacles here in the challenge position? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for Leo. And why is the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse for Leo? Yeah, you're feeling defeated. You're feeling like no matter what you do, the challenges are just too much. Either this is poor planning or poor strategy. It's overwhelming. I often say it's like trying to hold back a tidal wave with a teaspoon. And so whatever this situation is, a journey that you set out on doing, it ends up ending, or it's nearing an ending of some sort. And it's really kind of a dark point for you. It's the end of this cycle, realizing things aren't going to work out quite as you planned. It's really hard for you to kind of look around and see that. But the challenge is that it's in your mind. It's how you kind of went about it. Again, expectations, outcomes, those are from the mind. Those are things that you set up in your mind, expecting things to go a certain way. And what that ends up doing is it creates a prison for you because you're so boxed in to regards to how something's going to be. You only see that vision and you see nothing else. So it keeps you stuck, basically. It restricts you. So that was the challenge there. I keep on hearing from the advice card, can't you see? Can't you see what this did? Can't you feel the frustration? Can't you feel how tired you are? How you're hitting a brick wall? Four Swords in reverse for advice for Leos. Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages. They're telling you to come out of that conflict, that struggle you're having within yourself. They're telling you to judge. You're having poor judgment. You're not. Ego can feed into a lot of things, okay? So sometimes we have outcome and expectations based on ego. Ego is a huge thing to kind of set aside. You kind of want things to go a certain way. That kind of skews our perspective, and that's what I'm getting with the Judgment card. They're not really kind of seeing this, that you wanted this to go a certain way, that you didn't want to fail, and that ends up not working out very well. They're telling you to, again, with the Five of Wands in reverse to me is not confronting the internal conflict you're having, not avoiding how you can, what's the resolution for this? So, we need to take the blinders off, and we need to kind of look at the situation as a whole. Why isn't this happening the way that you want it to happen? Why isn't this outcome happening the way that it's happening? And it's letting you know that, the energies, however you put the energies into this, they weren't kind of focused where they should have been. Again, work smarter, not harder. You put in a lot of stuff where you feel like you did, but it's not getting you the investment, or it's not getting the return that you wanted to get. You're not seeing that, and as a result, it's just like you were going through the day to day. It's like pushing a rock uphill, but not getting the rock anywhere. So a huge amount of acceptance here. If you're going to want to move forward, you can stay in it for as long as you want to. Why is this Three of Pentacles here reversed? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the Three of Pentacles are reversed. Who is this person? What is this energy? Okay, the Six of Pentacles, the Five of... Okay, so I think this is where you actually put ego down. So you have the realization moving on from this reading, or from the middle of December, moving forward from the middle of December, that things are not working. This is like the final, you're like, okay, I'm done. I've done it this way, I've done it that way, and I'm exhausted and nothing's working out. So the Six of Pentacles, I'm getting like a, weird, like, be kind to yourself, it's about reciprocity, give and take, but and I usually don't get that from the Six of Pentacles. Like, be kind to yourself, gift yourself things, give yourself what you put in. So, whatever energies you put in, if it turns out or whatever, then get yourself something, buy yourself something, reward yourself. Six of Pentacles is sometimes a relationship between two people, equal give and take. I'm not getting that. I feel like it's singular with you. So if you have something, you achieve something, your efforts work out, then be kind to yourself. Go get a massage, or, buy yourself a cigar, or, whatever you want to do. I feel like that's kind of necessary. And I see you putting your swords down. You're done kind of like fighting for ego and kind of saying, I want this. This is what's supposed to happen. I feel like with the Five of Swords, you're just putting your swords down and saying, you know what? I'm open to anything that's going to come my way. Anything that's going to kind of get me to where I want to go that wasn't the way that I did it, I'm open to it. You're open to other people's opinions, maybe. You're just done fighting to be right, and you're ready to be happy. I see with the Three of Wands, just considering other opportunities are out there, other ways of doing things, ways that you wouldn't normally do things, which I think is great. So you're kind of opening your mind up to different ways of doing things, being tolerant, being accepting of, like I said, other people's opinions, or doing things this way or doing things that way, because that's the only way that these opportunities are going to come to you. The outcomes, or I shouldn't even say outcomes, because I'm going to throw outcomes and expectations kind of out of the window, like that verbiage, but you're going to realize that it's the only way to kind of get opportunities and the things you want to come to you is if you expand your mind, and if you're more open to doing things other ways besides your way, okay? And I know you guys definitely, come on, stereotypically stubborn, not very tolerant to other people's opinions or viewpoints, and maybe this is a calling that needs to change, and you see it by example, and maybe that's what makes it hit home, okay? So if this resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email. We can go ahead and set that up. Otherwise, put in your request for your 2020 Sun Moon readings. Check out your 2019 Sun Moon readings in my playlist. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate in the link below. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.